Good evening and welcome to the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Education reorganization meeting and regular meeting. We shall do a call to order and then we'll do a flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by mailing copies of said notice to the record, filing copies of said notice with the municipal clerks of Hillsdale, Montvale, Rivervale, and Woodcliff Lake, and publishing said notice in the record on July 21st, 2023. So now we will call in the votes, the certification of the election results for the annual school board on November 7th, 2023. These were 3-year terms. There were 4 of them. First is Stephanie Huang of Woodcliff Lake, 988 votes. Kristen Martin of Hillsdale, 1,714 votes. Ginny Varghese of Hillsdale, 1,603 votes. And Michael Weaver of Montvale, 1,519 votes. Now I will administer the oath of office. So first up is Stephanie Huang.
I have no hand on the Bible. I don't have to put a hand on the Bible. I read this. I, Stephanie Huang,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people.
and to the governments established in the United States and this state and under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Stephanie Huang,
I, Stephanie Huang,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly affirm
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of a Board of Education,
that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of a Board of Education,
and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A:12-1,
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A:12-1,
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
Sign both copies and you can take them.
Thank you.
Take a deep breath.
Thanks.
Thank you for my cheat sheet. I, Kristen Martin, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and to the state under the authority of the people, so help me God. I, Kristen Martin, do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of a Board of Education, and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19-4-1,
Nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A:12-1.
nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A 12-1,
And that I will faithfully, partially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all of the duties of that office according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. You're so prepared.
Next is anybody?
Okay. Oh, okay. I, Jenny Varghese, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people. So help me God. I, Jenny Varghese, do solemnly swear that I possess the qualifications prescribed by law for the office of member of a Board of Education, and that I am not disqualified as a voter pursuant to RS 19:4-1,
Nor disqualified due to a conviction of a crime or offense listed in NJS 18A:12-1.
nor disqualified due to conviction of a crime or offense listed in the NJS 18A:12-1,
And that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability.
and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of that office according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Sign this one too. Okay. Thank you. Yes.
I will now take roll call. Mr. Blundo. Ms. Calderon.
Here.
Mrs. Wong.
Here.
Mr. Luisi. Mrs. Martin. Here. Mr. Stankus.
Here.
Ms. Steffens.
Here.
Mrs. Varghese.
Here.
Mr. Weaver. I will now request nominations for the office of President of the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Education, according to Board Policy Code number 0152. May I have a motion?
So moved.
A nomination.
Oh, nomination. I would like to nominate Ginny Varghese.
Is there any other nomination? As I see none, I will ask for a motion to close nominations.
Second.
Second?
Got it now.
Thank you. So I will take, so this is the vote for closing nominations. Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes.
Okay, nominations are closed. I will call for a vote for Ginny Varghese to be president of the Board of Education. May I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes.
Congratulations, Ms. Varghese, you are now president. And now you may sit in this seat, and I'll move over.
This feels like a pretty serious seat over here, everybody. Oh, thank you. Oh, gosh. Okay. So now I just go from here, right? Oh. Okay. I'd like to request nominations for vice president.
Joseph Blundo.
Any other nominations for anyone else for vice president? Good. If there are no further nominations, can I have a motion to close the nominations, please?
So moved.
Second.
Oh, sorry, me. Oh, got it.
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes. Nominations have been closed. I will call for a vote. All in favor of Joseph Blundo for vice president?
Let's have it moved.
Oh, say it again.
And a second.
Okay, motion to vote for Joseph Blundo for vice president.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes.
Mr. Blundo is now vice president of the board.
Yay, congratulations.
Yes, you can have, what we've typically done is have each board member read one,
Okay,
and
perfect.
then just go around.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do, we're going to read the Code of Ethics for the school board members. And I'll start and then we'll sort of each take a little segment. School board members shall abide by the following Code of Ethics for school board members. I will uphold and enforce all laws, rules, and regulations of the State Board of Education and court orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes shall be brought about only through legal and ethical procedures. I will make decisions in terms of the educational welfare of children and will seek to develop and maintain public schools that meet the individual needs of all children, regardless of their ability, race, creed, sex, or social standing. Ms. Martin.
I will confine my board action to policy making, planning, and appraisal, and I will help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them. I will carry out my responsibility to administer the schools, but together with my fellow board members to see that they are well run.
I will recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and will make no personal promises nor take any private action that may compromise the board.
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
I will refuse to surrender my independent judgment to special interest or partisan political groups, or to use the school for personal gain or for the gain of friends.
I will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or the schools. In all other matters, I will provide accurate information and, in concert with my fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for its schools.
I will vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer. I will support and protect school personnel in proper performance of their duties. I will refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and will act on the complaints at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution.
Okay, next we have consent agenda items 7 through 22. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call? Oh, sorry, just any discussion? Roll call?
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Stephens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes. Now on to our regular meeting agenda. This is now for the minutes for the meeting from December 18th, 2023, and the executive session from November 20th, 2023. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Roll call, please, Mr. Usami.
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Abstain.
Mrs. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Stephens,
Yes for November 20th and abstain from December 18th.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes for November 20th and abstain for December 18th also. Next, we have comments from the public. At this time, we invite citizens to make comments regarding agenda items, and the comment section is limited to 3 minutes according to the Pascack Valley Regional High School District Board of Education Policy Number 0167. Persons wishing to speak must, upon being recognized, rise, sign in, state their name, town of residence, and which agenda item they are referencing. Doesn't look like we have any citizens who'd like to speak about agenda items. So next we have policy, and we have two right now. Yeah, two. Can I get a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Mr. Usami?
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin. Yes. Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes. Next, we have one consent agenda item for education. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please, Mr. Usami?
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin. Yes. Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes. Next, we have for human resources, 8 consent agenda items. Can I get a motion?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Mr. Usami.
Ms. Calderon,
Yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes. Next, we have finance, and we have 12 consent agenda items. Can I get a motion, please?
So,
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Mr. Usami.
Ms. Calderon,
yes.
Mrs. Huang,
Yes.
Mrs. Martin. Yes. Mr. Stankus,
Yes.
Ms. Steffens,
Yes.
Mrs. Varghese.
Yes. Old business, we have the monthly suspension reports. Any? It should be in the attachment. Mm-hmm.
No.
No, not
Not
on
here,
here.
no.
Yeah. Any new business?
So I just wanted to give an update. Maybe that should have been on our old business, but you may have remembered me talking about the teen dating program that the County of Bergen offers. It's a free workshop, and they come into schools for middle school and for high schoolers. So I got an update this week. Jennifer Zimmerman from Hills has scheduled some workshops for the freshmen and the seniors. The freshmen will be February 6th and February 8th, and the seniors will be February 27th, 28th, and 29th. And then we're working with Christy Rossig, hoping to get the County of Bergen to come in on January 25th for the freshmen. And Jen is also working with the county to put together a parent workshop, which I think would be really good for us all, especially, the days that we live in now are totally different to when we grew up. So especially with technology and TikTok and all these kind of social media platforms plays a big part into our kids' life these days. So I'm really happy that this is moving along, and if I get any other information, I'll pass it along.
Thank you for making us aware of that.
You're welcome.
And did you say they're coming to Hills for the freshmen and the seniors?
Yep, freshmen and seniors.
Are they coming for the seniors at Valley as well? I heard
Freshmen? Just freshmen for now, as far as I know from
Okay.
Christy. I mean, unless she schedules something. But
I think it's a great thing before these kids go off to college to have that kind of refresher. So if they're available for the seniors, I think that's a great idea as well.
yep.
Any other new business?
I just was approached by a police officer who resides in Hillsdale. I believe he'll be coming in the near future to talk about, and he doesn't have a student anymore in district, but some concerns he has with the lack of the Wi-Fi at Valley. He has 2 students who have gone through the district, so I think he's going to come present some things because he's on a committee for his police department, I guess. So just that, keep that in mind. That might be coming up in the near future.
Okay. Thank you. I have a quick question for you, actually, about Martin Luther King Day, the day of service. Do you want to give us a little blurb on it? This is completely unscheduled, so I
Yeah,
just.
no.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually it's such a wonderful event that has really grown. So last year, let me move this closer. Last year was the first year that we really did this school-wide, district-wide, I should say. And this year we're looking to expand it. We've offered opportunities to participate in service to our K-5 and K-8 families. We are looking at this point at having almost 100% participation in the community from all staff, and we also have additional student groups participating. So basically, I'll back that up. What we've done is we've taken the Martin Luther King Day tenets of beloved community and have tried to expand that throughout the school year, looking at ways to form connections between staff members, staff and students, staff and parents, and school and community. And the culminating event really is the January 15th day of service. So students are not required to attend school on January 15th. It is a day that the staff comes in, and we've actually planned, I think they have over 80 various sites throughout the county that our students are coming in on this day that would be off to work with staff members, to work with teams, to work with various clubs and organizations, to really look at how can we give back to our community while at the same time making connections with each other. I think it's wonderful. And super excited to see how it continues to just expand and grow from year to year. We're also looking at doing a couple of other, in October, we focused our October in-service day around this idea of connection. We're looking at focusing another in-service day in the spring around this idea of connection. So also looking at not just doing this on Martin Luther King Day, but also how do we kind of continue this and expand this throughout the school year, throughout the summer, and then into next year as well. And, the way that it's grown from last year to this year, I see it continuing to expand as we move forward year to year. So thank you for the opportunity to give that update. I appreciate that.
I have some questions.
Yeah.
So, for students of Pascack Hills and Pascack Valley, is it too late to sign up to participate in this?
I don't, there is a deadline because we had to give numbers to
Right,
people.
of course.
Let me look really quickly and see if I can pull up the form. If I can pull up the form, I'll let you know. I don't think it's too late. And my recommendation would be, and if anybody in the audience is listening, if you have a student that's interested, go to your guidance counselor. So go to your school counselor and say, hey, I didn't sign up, but I am interested. They should be able to help you figure out what's available, because I believe that there's a blanket making activity that's being held in the building that might still be open to students. And I just don't remember. We're close to it at this point, so I just don't remember when the cutoff date was. But I would say absolutely ask your school counselor, and they can help you sign up if you've not yet signed up.
Okay, so to the legions of students listening to the board meeting today, you still have time to sign up for this one thing. So.
Yeah, and if there's any issues, just let your school counselor know, and they
Yeah.
should be able to help you. And actually, Olivia, do you have any insight into this? Are you participating in any way? Not to put you on the spot, but I'm thinking you might actually know a little bit more detail.
I actually don't know
Okay,
much
that's
about
okay.
it. I'm sorry.
That's
no
not
worries.
a problem. I know some groups are involved in and actually coordinating things, so I didn't want to miss an opportunity for you to add in.
Okay, so basically, if there's any students that are interested, reach out to your guidance counselor, because there's still maybe the opportunity for you to be able to volunteer, which
Yeah.
is a great thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that started with you, correct?
It started, actually, I definitely cannot take credit for this. It started with Dr. Russo's idea to come together on this. But last year, I believe, was the first year that we did it.
Great.
I'm looking for confirmation, but yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Russo.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yes.
Sign up is still open and available.
Awesome.
Still some slots for some of the events.
Thank you, Mr. Zeller.
So Mr. Zeller confirmed that if you go into the Sign Up Genius link, there are still slots available. You can openly sign up. Thank you.
Okay, great. Any other new business? Okay. I would like a motion to, sorry, I forgot about the second comment. Okay, so we have our next comments from the public. Citizens are invited to make comments and are limited to 3 minutes according to the Pascack Valley Board of Ed Policy 0167. Again, please rise, please be recognized, rise, sign in, and state the name and town, your name and town of residence. Okay, so I think then we can move on to a motion for adjournment, please.
Second.
We're adjourned.